What is it like catching a train in Sydney? Just for you, Jack. And everybody else around the world. This is Wynyard, the underground train. Well, it's not really an underground train.
The train on platform 3 goes to Hornsby.
See, we have a single deck, then we have a double deck. And this old train is called Tangara. And it's absolutely raining outside. I'll give you a look. See? We're in the underground. Just a little scooter.
Door closing. Please turn clear.
Wait a minute. Go.
Door closing. Please turn clear.
And this train here is called we call these the old Tangaras. It's about 40 years old. The seats do not flip. These originally came in by ship from somewhere, I don't know whether English or China. Can't see nothing. You can't see much. I'll come back at the other end. And here we go. Now we're at Town Hall. And this is what you got to do to go to King's Cross. And then you've got to go find the elevator, which is up here. And of course everybody else wants to get on there with a push box and everything else. Ooh, look at this one. That's a track inspection. That was a good catch. That's a track inspection train at Town Hall. This is what I used to do, people, 40 years ago. Exactly what he's doing. Waving off the train. See it back up top. Righto, so we got platform down below, this is where we are, and we're going to go to the concourse. There's a set of train tracks here. This goes out to the south and the west. And what I've got to do is cross over and go to the north and the east. It's the easiest way to explain it. So what I do, I'm going to walk around everybody. And we've done it, she just missed it. We'll come back there in a second. Yeah, this is Town Hall. Like the Town Hall. It's all underground. Very humid. Our train's here. Oh, look at that for timing. Isn't that good? Look, see, 1 minute before it pulls out, which means it just got here. Oh my God, it's a guard. Oh, watch out, people. This is what it's like catching a nice Chinese-made train. Yeah. Now this is different to a Tangara. This one tells you what. It's all right, do it on YouTube. There's a camera there. It tells you where you're going. You can flip your seats, right? And that's where you're supposed to sit with the COVID, fully air conditioned. And you got 3 seats that side and 2 seats this side. Whereas in Tangara, they're fitted fixed, which means you got half are facing forward, half are facing back. So when it goes the other way. Now check out how quiet this is.
Next stop, Martin Place.
Yeah, a lot of people call it Martin's Place, as if there's a guy called Martin, right? It's not. It's called Martin, singular. You watch.
This train will stop
Then we've got King's Cross.
Martin Place.
Anyway, I'll come back at King's Cross. This video is going to be too long. Alright, well this is Martin Place. So there's no S in it. Now Martin Place is underneath the city, underneath obviously Martin Place, which is where Channel 7 Sydney News is broadcasted from. So when you go directly above me is the newsroom. And they sit there, and if you look at Channel 7 Sydney News, you see them looking out across a walkway, which is Martin Place. And I'm directly down below them by about 20 yards, 30 yards down. Because there's a big set of escalators. You're about to see them. Should be in the next gap. Well, that was them over there. Anyway, we'll come back at King's Cross. No, actually, you won't come back at King's Cross. I'll trick you.
King's Cross.
What you're going to do, we're going to come out of the tunnel and we're going to fly over the bridge between the city and King's Cross and Potts Point. And you'll see Woolloomooloo Bay, Garden Island, and where all the Navy ships are. Now, if you watch the fireworks on New Year's Eve, that was from up there, that big building right there, which is now, unfortunately, it's raining. A big building there. See that big building? That's where the fireworks were photographed on for New Year's Eve. So if you want to work it out, that's where we are. Here we go, King's Cross. You watch, we're about to go underground. There's a tree, brick wall, and this is where I used to work back in 1980. Yes, people, 42 years ago I used to work here. Love it, downtown King's Cross. Had to get you Americans down here. Yep, this is where I used to work, people, 42 years ago. It used to have black rubber floors. Now, you go down and look on the channel, right here, 42 years ago, was 6 sticks of gelignite. 42 years ago, I was doing that lady's job there. That was me, 42 years ago. Hard to believe, isn't it? Now, right where she's going is where the bomb disposal guy hid. See that big door there? That's where the bomb disposal guy hid. Now, you probably say, yeah, sure, righto. You watch this. This is my old railway file. King's Cross. 25th to 7th, 1984. I resigned on the 17th of the 3rd, 1983. So I said, yeah, King's Cross. See, and the one above it is Sydney Relief, Home Station, Sydney. Well, that's all my qualifications. All my engineering degrees. So there you go. So, proof in the pudding. I did work here. back in 1983. What's that, 39 years ago, not 42. Anyway, let's go up my escalators. Oh, which way you want to go? There is an elevator. That elevator wasn't here when I was here. All this here was black tile rubber floor. And I used to hand mop this. I used to get a big mop and mop it like that every day, every night. I was on night shift. And this seat here, this panel, is a bad memory for me. Because a guy decided to commit suicide down there underneath the train. Way back in 1982. And I was pulling his body up here. And I put up here on the platform. A stupid news reporter come walking down there and she said, "Oh, is he going to be okay?" I turned around and I picked up a piece of his skull and put it in her hand. I said, hold that for me. And she says, "Well, what's that?" I said, "That's part of his skull off his brain." She turned around and fainted with the cameraman. The cameraman was trying to hold the camera and catch her. She was fainting. Mate, I just picked up a dead body, got run over by a train. What do you want me to do? Be polite? That's a stupid question. And that news reporter wasn't even supposed to be inside the railway station because we had all the gates locked. So I don't know how she got away in. Well, we're about to come up here and meet with Daniel. Let's see if he's going to be here. Oh, that's the famous stairs down the Woolloomooloo. Yeah, that's a set of stairs. Oh, mate, they're massive. There we go. That's the local photos. Let's see if he's up here. Oh, let's see if he's here. Right, now back in the day, oh, they've reopened it. Oh, they reopened the toilets. No, they haven't. That used to be the men's toilet. That's the staff rooms. I used to go down and get changed. That was the cleaning room. And that was a female changing room. So that door there is the same as that one. That one there's just a cleaning room. That's a computer room. And this is a great big elevator they fitted. When I was here, that was not here. And how you can tell, see the size of the tiles? Well, you look at the tiles over here. I hand cleaned all the hand graffiti off these. See the little tiny square tiles. Anyway, and this is where we used to put the ticket in, like that, way back in there. So these machines have been in now for since 1978. Oh man, it's just changed to what? That used to be called Tom's. He's dead now. His agency was up the back up there. All that wall over there was not there. Our train stuff was not here. That was the old station master's office, which we don't have station masters anymore. That was put in later. See, it's got the black steel rim around it. Then there's an elevator. That wasn't there. That there used to be another booking office window. Used to be another one of them. You can sort of see how they done it. And that's where you used to go and buy your tickets. Don't believe me? Have a look. See, you used to buy a ticket. That's where the security glass used to be, in here. That's where you used to buy your ticket. So now, everything's on these things. Cool. And that wall there used to come right up to here. And as you can see, I think you can see in there. Oh man, they've emptied that out. That used to be the money room. That's where the coins used to get counted back in the day. And that over there, that was the booking office and the meal room. It's all closed down now because of COVID. And this over here used to be the shoe shop. So I don't know where Daniel is. That was not there, because if you look at that pillar there, that's the same orange one over here. They painted it. See? They painted it. And this shop front here was never ever here. H&R Block Tax Accountants. That there used to be the news agency way back in King's Cross times. And it used to be from there, that way, to the second pillar. And this here, you used to be able to walk down there. It was a dead end. That's the garbage room, which used to have two great big blue doors on it. And that's the stairs to Victoria Street. And then you used to walk over there and go around to the right down a dead end tunnel. And thanks up. And that's where all the payphones used to be. It used to look like a safe. That's some idiot. And he's gone. We accidentally, one day we had a lady. I'm going to show you this. She's all Chinese. They always walk right in front of you. They can't help it. They're just in a world of their own. We never used to have these sort of handrails here. And that brick wall was never ever up there. So let's go up and have a look. We actually had a lady. You seen those comedy movies where a lady drives a car down the stairs into a subway? Well, she did that here. I think I'm going to be surprised. I think this is probably a high-rise building now above me. Oh my God, there is too. There's a high-rise building. That was never there. There's the original roof. Now they put an apartment on top. Or something. Looks like a block of apartments. Oh, that's what they put there. Oh, that's the elevator. They did build a block of apartments. They said they were going to do that. But what we used to do, we used to walk out here and out there, that was a dirt vacant lot, and we used to park our cars out there. Yeah, it was a big dirt vacant lot. That's where we used to park our cars. There's east side Victoria Street entrance. This is west side. Anyway, let's go back the other side of King's Cross. We're going to have a look. I'm going back down through the station. What amazes me, this was never built when I was here. Sorry to anybody gets offended about the guy getting run over by a train, but he committed suicide. I was only 20 years old, 21 years old. Wasn't very fair on me. Anyway. So let's go up here and have a look. This is where we had the big 1980s New Year's Eve. Sorry, 1982 New Year's Eve. We had all these people down here. I just let that go. I don't particularly want to film some guys backside walking up an elevator. Yes, this is live today. Yeah, this is King's Cross today. Back in the 1980s, oh, this was full of prostitutes and brothels and strip nightclubs and marijuana and gangsters and guns and people getting stomped on out on the main street, getting brain damage and died. The guy called Johnny, I knew of, from Kempsey up the north coast. He was about 300 miles north. He died. He got killed by a bunch of Aboriginal kids back about 1980. That's 40 years ago. But still, it's in your mind. Now, you like this one? The Jackaroo Hostel. Well, this person's died in the arse. Well, I'll tell you a little story. Before they opened up King's Cross train station, that up there was known as the King's Cross Railway Station brothel. Yes, the brothel. And the door's actually just there. And that's why if you look carefully, see to match the lining of that trim, when they redid this floor, they got rid of that floor, that doorway. You can see where they filled it up. And that shoe shop has been there when I was here. Yep. This coffee shop used to be a tobacconist. Then everybody got into the big thing about don't have tobacco. Another one, we used to have a guy called Steve, about 1980. He used to stand here with a little table and sell these watches. He had watches, all sorts of watches. Remember 1980, there was no such thing as mobile phones. Everybody used to have a watch. And he had the first watch to come out with a calculator on it. And of course, it sold like hotcakes. So he was up here illegally, standing on railway property, selling watches. The railway police would come down and he'd stand out here. And then the council would pull up and then he'd stand back in here. And then the railway police would be watching on the camera downstairs and they come back up and they chase him back out here. Oh mate, that was fun. Anyway, there you go. This is downtown exciting King's Cross today. Oh, what's another true story I can tell you? Had a guy got in the cab one Friday night. I was just over there in Victoria Street. Well, down the bottom of the hill, which is you go all the way right down over that way, if you know what I'm trying to say. It's like this. It's like a great big V, right? We're just over there and come through now we're over here. And this guy's right down the bottom of this street. Anyway, turn around, he hailed me from behind the back of a truck. Anyway, he's stark naked. So I brought him back up here. I said the Rex Hotel, I meant to say the Crest, C-R-E-S-T, Crest. And I dropped him off just here, he went into the Crest. And the next day, oh, how'd he get out of the cab with no clothes on? How'd he pay me? Well, the doorman come out and gave me $10, and then I let the guy wear my towel. We used to have a beach towel sitting on top of the driver's seat. And he put that round him so he could walk from the car to the door. And then the next day, on my way to work, because I lived up the road up there around the corner, not in the cross, it was just down the hill. The King's Cross is only one street long. It's only one, say, that's the traffic lights up there and around the corner. It's not very far. King's Cross is not really what was made out. It's another Byron Bay. It's all glamorised. Anyway, so next day on my way to work, come down here, walked in there. I said, come up, pick up my towel. The usher came out and says, oh, here's your towel. He said he gave me a card and an envelope and he gave me a $50 tip. And my towel had been dry cleaned by the hotel. And they also gave me a bathrobe to take home. Well, then on the following Friday, I thought to myself, now you can go and look it up, it's called Chalice, C-H-A-L-L-I-S, Chalice Avenue. Look, I've got no street director on me, I'm going off the top of my head. Chalice Avenue. And I turned left, I said, oh God, I hope I don't get another naked guy. Come around the corner, here's the same little truck with a roller door on the back, sitting there. Hand comes out. Oh God, there's somebody else here. Oh, thank God. I bet he's not naked. I hope not. Yep, sure enough, yeah, he was naked too. Oh my God, I thought. So then I come up around here, pulled up just here. He gets out, walks in the door there to the hotel. He actually walks out, gives me the $10. I said, yeah, I know. Come back tomorrow, pick up my towel. Come back tomorrow the next day, pick up my towel. It's all been dry cleaned and cleaned. And then there's another bathrobe sitting there for me. Another pure white Crest Hotel bathrobe. And this time I got a $100 tip. So who says it never pays to be kind? Well, if you like that there from Mr. Hominoid, I hope you enjoyed that. And now it's all changed, because now that used to be the cab rank. That's why I walked in there to get me stuff before I went to work, because that was a cab rank right at that tree. Now they've put all these power poles there, and it's now parking bay. The taxi rank is now up over there around the corner, because all the nightclubs are gone, the strip clubs are gone, KFC's gone, McDonald's is still here, the Crest Hotel's gone. It's now this. It's a Woolworths shopping centre. See? All changed. 40 years. You go away for 40 years, look what happens. Anyway, from Mr. Hominoid down here. Oh, hang on, here's a map. Let's give you a look. See where Dave's hiding. Or where everybody else is hiding. I know, we're here. There's Orwell, there's Hughes. And that's where we are there. This guy was all the way down here at Chalice Avenue. So I'm all the way up here in the taxi, come around the corner, dropped him off. And then I caught a cab over here and I went to work. 7 days later, picked up the other guy, Chalice Avenue, all the way down here, right around the corner, dropped him off. Remember, we drive on the left side of the road. We don't drive on the right. Oh, look, Happy Hockers. It's a pawn shop. Don't get excited. It's a pawn shop. No, not a pornography. Pawn shop. Go and buy cameras and whatever else. And I go have a look. It used to be down the other end of town down there 40 years ago. I don't know what this peanut's doing. See, we don't swear around. I just call people a peanut. Oh, better than calling them a cashew. All different. I wonder if they've got anything American. I'll go ask them. Well, I found this in it. This is partly American. It's called the Bourbon and Beefsteak. And the rubber band played in 1971, Silver Spade Room. This is what King's Cross used to be like. Nightclubs, all sorts of things. We used to have trams, so that's Darlinghurst Road. That's a couple of blocks away. See, Sydney used to have trams everywhere. We got rid of them. Look at the amount of trams. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 trams. There's a bus, and a bus. Oh mate, totally different. Those were the days when Sydney was a thriving city. Now it's just a quite laid-back country town. Eateries, right? This is just Savoy Apartments. Oh mate, a lot of history in this town. Oh, I film stuff like this. It's cool. Oh, look at that. There's the old. Can you see it? Vintage razor and sharpener. Oh man. Look at some nice. Oh, that's biscuits. Oh, famous Arnott's biscuits. Hey Jack, we'll have to send you over some Arnott's biscuits. You see the colour of the bird, everybody? That's a rosella. You see it? Turn the camera in so you can see it.
There you going.
Oh! Woo! Thanks man, I was just filming.
That's all right.
Hang on. Oh, he's a foreign. I think he's Russian. He's a Russian. I think he's a Russian. Can I play a guitar? I should buy that there. I should buy that there for you know who. Jack, can I buy you that? See you later. Anyway, I'm going to go and have a walk. I'm going to try and make contact with this guy. See where he is. Daniel, where are you, Daniel? See you later, Mr. Ominoid. Yeah, look, we're all dressed up. Oh, yeah, if you're wondering. Hang on a sec. I'm wearing my Holden shirt. Mobile. All cleaned up there. I found a razor blade actually, very expensive. I found it in the drawer. Hey, isn't that nice? That's different. You don't see many cities of them around anymore. Alright. Hasn't the COVID pandemic killed Sydney? I remember this place used to be full of busy shops. Empty, busy, empty, empty, empty. That's too empty. Oh, look at that boxing work. I'll have to send that over to Charlie. Oh no, he does that thing.
Hello, Jono.
How are you?
Hello.
How are you?
Good, thank you. Good, thank you, mate.
You know, mate, yeah.
You come from the country?
Do I come to the country? What, is it that half obvious, is it?
No, you have, did you come off a horse though?
No, I didn't come off a horse, but I drive a Holden.
No, it's good, mate. The country's good.
I know. Better than here. She's giving me a compliment saying, oh, better out there in the country than being down here in the city. I said, well, what the hell are you doing down here? Oh. Should we go down there? Nah, might get everybody excited. Hey, I wonder if they sell eatable lingerie. See you later, Mr. Ominoid. Bye.